Good morning. So I have been thinking about our one of my favorite meditations, which is the blessing of loving kindness, and got me thinking about, what does that really mean? What does loving kindness mean? Is it like the golden rule? What do we mean when we say that? And I think that it's even more proactive than doing unto others. It sounds more like non-harming when you say that. But loving kindness sounds to me like something you do proactively. And so I'd like to invite you to bring that to your practice, to bring that to your day, to bring that to your week ahead. The idea of proactively doing something kind, something loving. So let's come inside. Close your eyes. And focus on your breath. Breathe in new life and send out loving kindness. Breathe in new powerful energy that is your breath. And with your exhale, let's contribute some loving kindness. Keep your inhales deep, your exhales long and slow. Long and slow. So return to your natural breath. Keep focused on your breath. And slowly open your eyes, taking in the light. So this week, actually October 1st, actually comes in the middle of the night, actually, between Wednesday and Thursday, which is the full moon. So we will do a moon salutation, but what's special about this full moon is that it's one of two in the month of October. October 31st is the second full moon. So it's kind of exciting to have two in 1 month. And it's a time where we can actually feel the ebb, the flows, the feelings of the liquid, the fluidity of the moon. So bring your arms alongside your hips, walk your right hand away, and lateral stretch to the right. I am not mirroring you, I am on my right side. Inhale to center, exhale other side. Make a little extra effort in these stretches to feel the stretch all the way from your hip up through your arm, your fingertips. Feel that whole side body getting longer. Inhale to center. Bring both arms alongside your hips. You're going to twist to look over your right shoulder. Your left hand is on your right knee. Your right arm is supporting you. Come back to center. Take a deep breath. And on an exhale, turn in the other direction, looking over your left shoulder. Remembering that you get taller on your inhales, and when you're empty of breath, you turn a little bit more. Inhale to center. Release your legs, bring the soles of your feet together, and bring your hands onto your shins, just below your knee. And begin your cats and dogs. So on an exhale, you're curling your back behind you. On an inhale, you're sending your spine forward, like you're making the shape of the letter C. Exhale to your cat spine. Feel your shoulder blades spreading apart. Feel the curve of your spine. Inhale to dog. Let your shoulder blades come together. Let your spine change the direction of its curve. And now keep going at your own pace. And slow is always good, giving your spine the opportunity to reset, to shift from one direction to the other with ease. To adjust from one curve to the other. And then after, when you're in your cat spine, curl your spine curled behind you, pause. And hang on your arms. And then come back up to center, to a neutral spine. Send your legs straight out in front of you. And shake them loose. Shake them out, rotate. All right, good. And bring your right leg into your chest. You're going to step your right leg over your left. So once again, I am not mirroring you. And you're going to wrap your left arm around your right leg, looking over your right shoulder for another twist. And the same thing here, use your breath to help you lengthen on an inhale and twist when you have space in your belly to help you to move a little deeper. And then come back to center, bring your right arm alongside your right heel and turn for a counter twist. looking over your left shoulder. Release your right leg. Send both legs out in front of you. Bring your left leg in. And step it over your right. Right arm wraps. You look over your left shoulder. Left arm alongside left ear and turn, twist for counter twist. Looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, back to center, uncross your legs, send your legs out in front of you. All right, so we want to come to Dandasana, which is the staff pose. And in this pose, even though it looks like you're just sitting with your legs out in front of you, your legs are very active. Your muscles, your thigh muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, your calf muscles, they're all active. You can feel them pulsing. Your feet are flexed, toes to the ceiling. Your elbows reaching behind you, fingers pointing forward. Inhale, gather all the energy around you. Exhale, bring it down to your heart. Inhale, gather. Exhale. These are sun breaths. Saluting the sun with your breath. And bring it down. Right. Now send your arms back behind you. You're going to interlace your fingers in Yoga Mudra and place your knuckles on the mat behind you. Inhale, and then on an exhale, send your heart up towards the sky. In a baby back bend, little back bend. And then release it. Send your arms straight out to the side. And then bring your hands onto your shoulders. So your elbows are going in opposite directions. So use your elbows now to draw circles, loosening up your shoulders. And then go the opposite way. Hear all those noises in your shoulders? And mine are very cranky today. Wow. And then release, then pause first and release. Okay, good. Bring your right leg in and open it out to the side. Your leg is anywhere along the inside of your foot is anywhere along the inside of your left leg. Arms up alongside your ears. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to hinge from your hip sockets, engage your abs, and begin your journey down to your leg. Any amount is good. Look up at your foot. Follow your right hand as it reaches all the way up to the sky, as it comes all the way back behind you and lands alongside your hip. You're going to take your left arm and come up onto your shin, or not. You can stay down if you prefer. And let your left arm guide you back down. Extend both legs. Take a breath and bring your left leg in. Give it a hug. And then open it out to the side, your foot, wherever it suits you. So if you have problem knees, you might want to have a wider bend in your knee. Inhale, arms up alongside your ears. Take another inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to come forward. You're going to engage your abdominal muscles as you hinge from your hip socket, coming over your extended leg. Any amount. Look up at your foot. Your left hand reaches up for the sky and follow it. Follow it as it comes all the way down alongside your hip, and you can stay right here, or you can swing yourself up onto your left shin. And then bring it down. Good. Right. So we're going to come on our hands and knees now. So if you like to use a blanket, put it on your mat. And we're going to start in table. So in table, your wrists are under your shoulders or just a little bit forward of your shoulder if the bend in your wrist is a little too much. And your knees under your hips. And we're going to do some cats and dogs here as well. And I want you to notice the difference in doing them here than when you did them while you were seated. Notice if your ability to curl your spine increases, decreases, or is just different. So take a deep inhale. And on an exhale, send your spine arching to the sky for a cat spine. Inhale, curl your spine to the mat and send your heart forward as if it wanted to go between your arms. Exhale to cat. Again, feel the difference here. Feel the stretch. Feel where there's resistance. Feel where you can shift with ease, shape-shifting your spine. Curling it in one direction, arching it in the other. And you're continuing at your own pace. Next time you're in your cat spine, arching to the sky, pause for a moment and then send your hips to your heels for child's pose. And let your arms relax. They can relax in front of you, wrap them around your legs, whatever works. Send your arms straight out in front of you. Look between your hands. Come up on to the fingertips of your right hand and look under your right arm. Look under as if you could send your nose all the way out. underneath. Flatten your right hand, come up on your left, look underneath, look under your left arm. And then come to center, flatten your palms. Lift your hips, walk your hands a little bit forward, and send your heart between your arms. Lengthen your legs behind you, so your legs should be long behind you. Inhale, and then exhale, send your hips back. Don't go all the way, keep your hands where they are, so you'll go only as far as your arms allow, and come through a cat spine and morph into a dog spine. Remember to push into the mat, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Remember to engage your abs to keep your middle from sagging. Inhale, and then exhale, your hips to your heels. Come back up through a cat spine and come forward into your dog spine. You're going to turn under your toes. You're going to bend your hips coming through a table and lift your hips, pressing into the mat with the balls of your feet, coming to a downward facing dog. So in down dog, your heels are moving toward the mat, not touching. Your hands are pushing the mat away as if they could. Your arms are rotated, your chest is coming towards your thighs. And then begin to walk your dog by bending one knee, straightening it, and bending the other, going back and forth. And notice when you straighten the leg, when your heel comes close to the mat, how the back of your legs feel. Feel the stretch. You can even pulse a little bit on that straight, with that straight heel to feel that stretch. And then you're going to come forward, bringing your left knee to the mat. You're going to swivel your right foot on the mat so that the sole of your right foot is on the mat, and fan open with your right arm. Send your right arm alongside your right ear. Send your toes away from you. So this is a full side body. Before in seated, it was from our hips. Now it's toes to fingers. And bring it down. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Come forward, bring your right knee to the mat. And you're going to swivel your left foot, flatten it on the mat, and fan open to the left. Send your arm alongside your ear for that big, long side body stretch. And stretch your fingertips, your toes, and then bring it down. Good. All right. Slide your hands forward and come to stand on your knees. Not forward, to your legs. Just come to stand on your knees. Sorry. And for a moment, shake your arms out. Interlace your fingers back behind you. Yoga Mudra, this is Yoga Mudra. Send your knuckles to the earth. And we did this seated before, but now we're going to do this on our knees and for a deeper back bend, because your knuckles won't stop at the mat. They'll go much farther. Take a deep inhale, exhale, send your knuckles down, your heart up, and go as deep as you wish in this back bend. Maybe just a little bit more than before, maybe a lot. Release your arms. Send your hands once again as you bend at the hips, bringing your hands down to the mat. Step your hands a little bit forward. And you're going to circle your hips all the way around from one side to the other. And you can go all the way back, sending your hips to your heels, or you can make just little circles with your hips, whatever works for you, for your body. And then the next time you're in the middle, go the other way. All right. And then what we're going to do now is make our way up to stand. So you come up whichever way is easiest for you to come up to stand. So come to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Crown of your head reaching for the sky, feet are rooted in the earth. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall naturally by your side. Feel your shoulders over your hips, hips over your ankles. Let's take a sun breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so we're in celebration of the first of the 2 full moons in the month of October, coming up very soon this week. We're going to do a moon salutation. So let's start with our legs far apart. Just send your legs far apart. All right, good. And your arms in a V shape. And you're standing nice and erect like a mountain. But then, and so this is a 5-pointed star, but then you feel the shape of the moon behind you. A little bit of a back bend. We just did a back bend, feeling that moon as if you're stretching out over the surface of the moon, full moon. Feel it. Then you're going to jump or walk your feet together. Bring your hands together. Interlace your fingers. Allow your index fingers to remain pointed to the sky, because this is what you're going to use to draw the half moon. And I'll do it in this direction so you can see it better. Look up at your stylus, your drawing instrument. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to draw the shape of the full moon, all the way down, pointing in between your toes. Inhale and exhale. On an inhale, you're going to retrace that moon, that half moon. And now we're going to have a crescent moon. So one direction, send your body curling in one direction, your whole side body. We've prepared for this, right? With all those stretches, a nice crescent moon. Inhale to center, exhale, opposite side. Try to keep your arms long and straight. You can send your hips in the opposite direction to make the curve of that crescent a little deeper. Inhale to center. Let's do that again. I like those crescent moons. One side. Come to center. other side. And then back to center, release your arms. You're going to step your feet wide apart. Let your feet land, or you can swivel them into a 45-degree angle. You're going to bend your knees and make sure your knees are tracking over your middle toes. And you can come down just a little, just a tiny little bit, or maybe a little bit more, or maybe a little bit more, or maybe you can get your hips all the way down to your knees. Well, maybe your heels, maybe not. Okay, and then your arms come straight out to the side, and you're going to bend at the elbows for a goddess, because the moon stimulates the goddess, Mother Earth. And you're gonna let the goddess do a little dance. So bring one arm in front, the other overhead, and bend in that direction of the arm overhead. Inhale back to center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Excellent. Then you're going to swivel your feet to come into a warrior one type legs. So your legs are on separate tracks. You have your, I have my left foot in front, my right foot behind me. So you want to stay in their own paths. And we're going to interlace our fingers once again, like we did on our knees, remember, for a little bit of a back bend, but then you're going to straighten your front leg for a stargazer. Look up at those stars. Look around from side to side. Look at the galaxy. Look at the stars. You're going to come back to center, inhale. You're going to exhale as you bend your knee and come forward, halfway down. Crown of your head reaching forward, your knuckles and your sits bones reaching behind you for the quarter moon. You're going to release your hands, bring them to the mat. And you're going to swivel over to the long side of the mat and fold over into this wide-legged forward fold to expose the new moon. You're going to heel toe your feet a little bit closer together so that when you fly out and up, it's a little bit easier to hold your balance. And bring it down. And step your feet together just for a moment. Good, we're going to do that again on the other side, right? Step your legs far apart. 5-pointed star. Feel the shining of this star. So feel your energy, feel your power. So these poses aren't just a place where you put one arm and another arm. They're energizing forces of energy. 5-pointed star. Lean back onto the full moon. Feel your head against that moon. Feel your whole back body curving with the curve of the moon. Come back to a straight spine. Bring your hands together, heel toe your feet in a little bit. You can keep them wide apart this time. Let's try it this way. Look up at your stylus, your index fingers. You're going to inhale and you're going to exhale to draw that half moon. And then you're going to redraw it on an inhale. Bring it all the way up. Release your arms. Okay. And then walk your feet to center. Arms overhead. Interlace your fingers to the point of the crescent moon. And this time we're going to start in the opposite direction that you did before to make your first crescent moon. Inhale to center. Exhale. And come back to center. Step your feet apart, come to your goddess. And this time let your goddess just circle those hips one way and then the other. And then you're going to bring your arms down onto your thighs, swivel into warrior one, or just step into warrior one from wherever you are. It's not really, it's warrior one legs. We're not really doing warrior one, right? Arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. Send your knuckles to the sky, back bend, straighten your front leg, look at that beautiful night sky. Look at that beautiful sky. Inhale, and then exhale, bend your knee, come forward for a quarter moon. Release your arms. Swivel or step into a wide-legged forward fold to expose the new moon. Heel toe your feet closer together. Fly out and up and down the center line. All right, excellent. So our salute to the full moon is complete, to all the phases of the moon. So let's come back down onto the mat again for a couple of cooling poses. We don't have to do many because the moon salutation is a cooling salutation. So bend down any way that's comfortable for you to come all the way down onto your back. And when you get there, bring the soles of your feet to the mat, your knees reaching for the ceiling. And then bring your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. Take your knees with your hands, your two knees. Keep them close together and make a circle with your knees. Make a circle. So keep your hands on top of your knees. And then go the other way. Okay, now release your hands, keep your knees together, and make the circles. So notice you can make much bigger circles, massaging a larger part of your back body. And make sure you go in both directions. And then come to center. Bring your feet to the mat. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders, your palms up or down, whichever you prefer. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, send your knees to the right, your gaze to the left. This nice, gentle spinal twist. Inhale your knees to center and over to the other side. Your gaze to the other side. Bring your knees back to center. Your arms alongside your body, extend one leg, the other leg, let your legs splay open. Rotate your arms so the palms of your hands are facing upward, your fingers curled like little two lotus blossoms. Your whole back body is getting heavy, sinking into the earth, the gravity. Feel the interplay of the moon and the earth. Allow your whole back body letting go, your whole body. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Deepen your breath, beginning the process of reawakening your body. Make gentle motions, little movements with your hands and your feet. Roll your head from side to side. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you in the opposite direction. Feel that final big body stretch. And then send and bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side. Final back body massage. Bring your knees to center and send your knees over to the right side and exposing the moon side, your left side, to salute the moon. And whenever you're ready, make your way up. to sit. And bring your hands to your heart when you get there. Take your time. So we're going to begin our meditation. So make sure you're comfortable. If sitting on the floor doesn't work for you on your mat, then